Don't want to have to check anyone's bags today. It's really short flight.
As working people get attacked, they have to organise and resist to defend themselves. This isn't a unique relationship between the government and the trade unions.
I do what the fuck I want to do, and that's it.
It was in 1981 when the air traffic controllers went on strike.
That I must tell those who failed to report for duty this morning, they are in violation of the law, and if they do not report for work within 48 hours, they have forfeited their jobs and will be terminated.
When Reagan broke the air traffic controller strike in 1981, this was the blueprint for the future of trade unions. And under Trump, who knows what the future is for immigrants.
We're going to build the wall. We have no choice. We have no choice.
The freedom to live, but not to enter.
Tear down this wall.
Think of sending up. And I have only one thing to say to the tax increasers. Go ahead, make my day.
Where the cocksucker's dead, I like to fish on the fucking grave. The worst fucking prick in America.
Sign in the bar, Union House. I mean, right in the bar.
The expansion bar was a union house. There was a sign on the wall. Union members from different locals drank there, including the Merchant Marines. In 2018, organised labour only constitutes 9% of the workforce. One begs the question, why?
You saw Reagan on the TV now, what would you do?
Well, I threw it out years ago, and I don't have one yet since that time. I don't need a television. I don't want it.
For him to just get up and get pissed off that bad and pick up his TV and throw it out the window. But he threw other things out the window too. I mean, I don't know. I would have hated to have been either his landlord or his neighbor.
When the Union Hall in New York closed, all the New York fellas came out to San Francisco, and a lot of them went to Seattle. But this was the biggest union port and more jobs there. And that's when I first knew rope yarn. Anderson, everybody called him rope yarn, his name was John.
Because all seamen were union. You didn't get aboard ship unless you were a union man.
Being a union official, I mean, John come in and registered when he was out of work, and then he disappeared up to the expansion and the Pilsner, the two places where they took care of him. And when his staff was getting to the point where they say, no, time to slow down, then John would start looking for a job.
The controversial things that he didn't like about what the politicians were doing. And anytime you mentioned the fact that they did something derogatory towards a serviceman and a seaman, because like there was a hospital out here that was out on Lake Street. It was totally for seamen, and a lot of people didn't know. It was for Native Americans also. And whenever the seamen would come in and they would have an injury or something, they would always go there. Well, Reagan closed all those. I mean, he closed all those facilities. And then he just, I guess he get pissed off and got up and threw his goddamn TV out.
Ronald Reagan wanted to reduce the growth of government spending by tightening the money supply to reduce inflation. What does this mean for the working class? Nancy said no to drugs, and Ronnie said no to jobs. And he tripled the deficit in 8 years. So you see him on the TV, and what do you do?
Oh, that's why we're not fucking. Well, see what comes around goes around. That's why he got that fucking poopy old climate and died like an animal.
In 1986, AIDS fatalities doubled, while Reagan proposed cuts in funding for research. He also closed services that affected American Marines.
What the fucking closed up our public health service.
Yeah.
And they switched it to this other bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That belonged to us, the fucking thing.
Yeah.
You didn't pay no fucking bill. It belonged to the Siemens.
When Reagan took office in 1981, unemployment was at 7.1%. After he installed his economic plan, it went up to 10.9%. And people started to lose their jobs, and then their homes. It's what?
Ain't it beautiful?
Reagan's housing cuts provoked the nation's worst mass homelessness since the Great Depression,
You always elevated in the city.
affecting people disproportionately of colour.
When you go to work at 8 o'clock in the morning, you're going to get a day's pay. If the man come and tell you at 4 o'clock, I don't need you tomorrow, I mean, you don't get paid. I mean, the banking industry, the insurance industry, the real estate industry get total control of this country.
The Merchant Marines saw the highest casualty rate of any branch during the Second World War. Nearly 1,000 men were killed, 1 out of every 26 who served. Despite that, the group is often overlooked among veterans.
Those ships took the place of 4 of them, and we have 6 guys on deck.
Wow.
We took in 1978 is when we really took a fucking beating. We lost well over 50 or 60% of our ships.
Now you're legal, John.
When you might I don't know.
You won $30. You're only in 20 minutes, and next of all they hand you checks for $30.
Well, I'm glad you came here because you're meeting good people.
How are you now? The Air Traffic Controllers Union campaigned for Reagan during the election. Many were veterans of the US Armed Forces. 12,000 lost their jobs.
You did witness a head being chopped off.
Well, that's 30 years ago.
Was that gruesome?
Ooh, that was in Arabia.
Many strikers were jailed, the union was fined, and a lot of the air traffic controllers were forced into poverty as a result of being blacklisted because of the strike.
5 wars in my lifetime. Korea, Vietnam, the Gulf Wars, all that everything.
Part of it is that he was, you heard him about throwing a grenade outside of the bar, you know, and then they put the chicken wire afterwards. Well, that actually happened.
A hand grenade, remember you picked up the hand grenade in the bar and threw it out? Did that explode?
Well, he was dead. Pull him up. I pulled him up. He didn't pull me up. I pulled him up.
No way. Yeah, Reagan did support the Mujahideen under Bin Laden and the overthrow of democratically elected governments.
What would he do? Why, right?
But they're not like the pigeons that you used to do.
No, no, no.
And what was the biggest prize you won, John, with the pigeons?
$5,000.
How much?
1942. $5,000.
And how far did the pigeons go?
500 miles.
Wow. And did you win the first prize? That's fucking excellent.
500 fucking miles.
You were the board man.
Oh, yeah, well, that's what they call it.
Yeah, bigger boats, less manpower, more money for the banks and not the workers.
I deny it.
But you never know who you're running into.
I deny it. Oh, you didn't hit that, huh? Original Joe's, that's where you got it.
Can you imagine if the money they saved as a result of labour costs went back to the community and not the banking system, promoting job creation and a robust economy?
That was fucking fun.
Yeah, he slashed programs for the poor and massive tax breaks for the rich. Reagan's legacy lives on even today.
It should be a fucking hospital.
Yeah, well, that fucking prick is dead now.
Yeah.
Well, look what you got out there. There's 20,000 people in the fucking streets.
He's left us with the shit.
Well, he's the one that created it.